All right. Let me preparing this for my live transmission, going public. Yes. Going to be talking about Starseed Message. Important Starseed Message. It's all part of this awakening process that you find yourself in. You discover yourself. And that's what this is about, Holy Ones. It's about yourself and learning that there's more to you than what we find just in this 3D realm, reality, when we have other realms and realities that go beyond what we're in. You know, you're not limited to this experience. Even if you're not like consciously aware of it, there's many. You are involved in many things, in many lives, histories, cultures, planets. You know, this is actually what we find as our greater identity. We can see one level here, but what you will discover within yourself, that there's actually many levels of yourself. We don't mean like multiple personalities. We mean like simultaneous existence. That's what we are. We're multidimensional simultaneous lifetimes. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, is that we have a cosmic consciousness, not just an ordinary, simple, just, there's nothing wrong with ordinary and simple. What I'm saying is we are godlike. We are divine, we are sacred, we are blessed. We are part of something greater than what our identity is, greater than what we perceive as ourselves. And so thank you for coming tonight and learning this about yourself, finding this, exploring this concept within yourself. And please watch to the end, because you'll be finding points of view that are very unique, not from religion, which is most people's point of views. They're getting their model of reality from religion or science. Okay? We're not representing either one. We're combining all. Within the one is the many. Within spirituality and science is spiritual science. Okay? If you polarize it, then you're only getting part of the view. And if you're here tonight, you're not settling for that. You want the whole spiritual science. Okay, so when we talk about spiritual science, it's specifically called innerchristos. Okay, this is an ancient body of knowledge. I didn't just make this up and start making YouTube videos. This has actually got a whole volume of data behind it. So, and it is something that we resonate with here at Christos Avatar with the Ashiana Dean innerchristos Law of One material. And you can find those books and workshops online. So thank you for being here. And let's see who's all coming in already. Other Starseed homies. We got Paul King. Hey, Christos, what's up? I love you too, Holy One. The more of us, the better. Because we're this collective consciousness that we're trying to make a shift. We're the positive consciousness trying to make a change. While others are staying in the same place or falling. So thank you for being here. What's up, Ligza? Love you too, Holy One. Much love for all you guys. Spiritual Healer 222, namaste to you as well. Blessings from the Guardian Alliance and all Guardian Angelic Nations. Namaste. Alvicio Josie, welcome, welcome, welcome. Rashan. Ancient University Divinity. Yes, higher mind. We have one mind, really, but it's perceived at levels within ourselves. And as a psychic person developing oneself on your spiritual journey, you can learn how to access more of that. Most people are just simply stuck in one level when there's more. See, they don't perceive more, so they don't believe it exists. They don't think it's real. They think we're nuts or crazy or something's wrong. You realize Nothing is wrong. We've opened other senses. That's why they're called extrasensory. Extra, more than the normal human. But all humans have this capacity within them. They just don't know with their science tool set and the religion tool set. You're not taught how to operate this wakaya. Well, our friend said cosmic. It's a cosmic consciousness. Okay, a higher consciousness. You go beyond the ego or the personal, the planetary. You go beyond the star system, beyond the galactic. You go into universal. You go into cosmic levels, identities. Okay, and we are pulling that in now. Some of that. You're on a spiritual journey. You guys are learning how to access yourself. Well, you're pulling some of that in. That is what is higher consciousness here in the flesh, bringing in this dialogue, this conversation, this spiritual energy, this spiritual identity and agenda. Guardians have agendas too. You know, we came here with a purpose, and a lot of you Starseeds, this message is for you, Starseed Message, the name of the video. This is our family. This is our principles of light, and the purpose is to come and bring that light and shine our light in this drama that's unfolding on Earth. This awakening is part of the drama, because there's a lot of people, you know, and then a small amount of people. Okay, this is the 3D consciousness. And there's on the planet a little bit of higher consciousness. Okay? So we're trying to get more and more people onto the, you know, so we can get more and more awakening. And then if we get more and more awakening to the 3D planet, then that will cause a reaction. What we call the 100th monkey effect, sort of like this. Because if you get a certain percentage that just is bringing in so much frequency, consciousness, memory, code, you're bringing in it, I'm bringing it, our sister, our brother's bringing it, and as a group, that group energy and consciousness is coming here, is I wouldn't say taking over, because that's within us. What is awakening, guys? Opening what you already have. It's reclaiming. You're reclaiming, not getting and creating. No, you already got it. You just don't remember it's being disempowered. You're being stunted from your true potential. And why would you want to live with a subpar mind, consciousness, energy? Why not be your full self? Okay? The first part is, thank you for those loves and hearts, by the way. The first part is knowing that you even have it, being aware of it. That is your Starseed message. You have this cosmic consciousness, homies. You guys are not finite. You're infinite consciousness. Okay? We're part of, well, we talk about law of one, so we're part of that unity, that unified creation. Because Creator created all, and so we're the creations of Creator. We're the Creator, expressing itself, learning about itself. Think about that. Some of you think you're nothing or simple or ordinary. Those are all programs by yourself, by society, by your parents, your teachers, your whatever. Maybe you had some friendly people around you in your life, but most of the planet, we have some issues, some distortions. It's a distorted planet with distorted hierarchies here. We're trying to expand beyond those hierarchies. And there shouldn't be no hierarchies. That's a false creed. That's the dark side. Putting you in a control system. Oh, that's a control system. There's higher consciousness, yes. But the divine angels are not putting, like you would say, more value on higher consciousness. Realize we're all equal in value, holy ones. Okay? We don't act like we're great, powerful, wonderful beings, or even very positive sometimes, right? but we are. It doesn't change the fact that underneath this purview, because that's what that is, this is our third dimensional preview. Well, there's a fourth dimensional astral point of view. There's a archetype point of view. There's a angelic point of view. You have within you an archangelic point of view. You have levels that exist right now, not sometime later or a past life or something. No, it's now. See, that is why it's a distortion from Hinduism or Buddhism. Bless them. They want you to learn about spiritual path, but this is not a good thing to teach people this, that you had a past life and a future life, when it's not the truth. The truth is it's a simultaneous life. So within our own vocabulary, let's fix that and change that. Okay? From the Guardian point of view, from this Voyager point of view, we are realizing it's not a past life. It's now. It's a now life. In another realm, frequency. Much respect to all of you coming in here to learn about this aspect of oneself, because you're brave. you're probably maybe like a dark sheep, a black sheep they call it, right? Black sheep of the family. I don't mean dark sheep, because our family is Christians, and I don't know, whatever your family is, mostly it's Christians or something in America, or Catholic, or whatever different type of religion. Okay, we're not here to talk about religions, but realize that a lot of us are coming out of that. I came out of that. I was a little boy going to church. I was being dragged to church. I had no choice in what I believed in when I was a little kid, and you don't know better then, really. Sometimes you do know better, but you're not allowed to speak or ask questions. Why I can't ask about God, and why I can't ask about stuff I want to know. The little kid is supposed to be obedient. You're supposed to be following the lead of your parents, the wisdom of your parents. So we're not here to bash religion, you guys. We are here to talk about the distortions, offer you this information, and you can decide with your free will if you resonate. I think a lot of you here do, because I see you here more than once. I think you resonate, and you guys don't have to agree with everything I say. Maybe there's something you don't, and that's perfectly fine. Did you realize that we can still get along if we don't agree? Think about that. We don't have to agree and still get along. I love you, Holy Ones. Peace to you. Machiwa! Vatos! And, there's a Vatas, but when you guys see Vatos, I mean both of you guys, not just girls, boys. All of you, family, friends. See, in America, in English, friends means boys or girls. If you start saying Vatos, that means boys. I mean Vatos and Vatas. Yes, I don't have the right glasses. JC. Beautiful name, by the way. As a child, I was only to be seen, not heard. See what I'm saying? Some of us have that experience. I mean, we love family, we love our parents. Just realize that not all people get along or have a positive experience with their parents. Hey, our parents could be just as distorted as anyone else. They don't know better, and they don't care about spiritual stuff, but you do. So, but anyways, to treat another being like that is like she said, to be seen but not heard. You're not allowed to speak. You speak, you get punished or disciplined, put in time out, when you should be nurturing your children, bring them into a blessed surrounding, keep them protected, keep them, you would say, Give some allowance to the child to explore what it wants. Like so many times do parents put their intentions on their child. Like they want you to do a certain thing. Okay, maybe your parents did that to you. My parents. Maybe your parents did that to you, but hello, you guys don't live your life. This is basic spiritual stuff. Don't live your life for other people's expectation. Another basic principles for Starseed Message, right, is to, take out the ego and shadow in your life, in your own thoughts, in your own personality and beliefs. That's called shadow work, ego work. Now remember, again, you don't get rid of ego. Okay? You transmute the negative. Because what is the ego? The mind. Do you get rid of your mind? You need your mind, actually. I've heard Ashiana say, our teacher, Ashiana Dean, Iyasha Ashiana, that you need the mind to access higher, to bring in. You actually use the mind in these techniques. The mental body, the chakra, solar plexus. You actually use it. You don't, but you transmute the negative ego, reasoning mind. Transmute the negative reasoning mind, but you're using the positive mind. So this whole new age BS about get rid of the ego, kill the ego, no honey, you don't understand. It's an actual part of your body, your anatomy, your spiritual anatomy. It's part of you. You don't take it and this is where there's issues with this distortions and what's a lot of people are learning. Okay, so we talk about if there's a negative part of your chakra, you don't get rid of it, you transmute it. And we don't just mean the ego either. What about other chakras as well? So, Angels of Ascension, good name, much love to you. Rigid growth, integrated, shift change, you feel it. We all feel it. It's something you literally feel, guys. Energy is something that hits your fields and it gets processed into, you think about the higher you can reach out in your aura, because think about, you don't see it 24/7, maybe some of you do. You don't see your aura 24/7. It's depending, like if you're very active and busy and doing 3D work that's necessary, well, you don't normally focus into those spiritual energies, because we tune into the third dimensional frequency. And unless you're relaxed and chilling, and then you'll perceive those other reality. Thank you for those 11 hearts. Thank you so much. You will perceive them when you're chill, and like kind of like not waiting, but just or even just waiting for some pinging, like your spiritual Wi-Fi. That's what psychic abilities is being able to, if we're going to talk specifically, it's your chakra. Okay, so you're just trying to bring this chakra. If it's only halfway opened, well, your chakra, your heart chakra, would be, diminished in power. So now when you put your hands out, you're going higher and farther out to your higher consciousness, because it's spheres within spheres within spheres. They're spherical. Okay, like egg shape, like oval shape, and these are all around your body. This is the part of the unified field. This is the layers. Okay, and this is something that's Ashiana breaks down every single chakra. There's 15 of them, and there's 15 different colors. Like most systems only follow, like here we go again with Hinduism, Buddhism, only 7. Okay, and if they have secret teachings, they're going to put it into a mystical society where only certain people get the knowledge. Guardians don't play that. Hello, Guardians bring the knowledge to empower you, not give it to certain people. It's for all people. This is the Lyran human data, not stingy for certain class. It's for all of us to learn spiritual awakening and ascension and know our spiritual anatomy, energetic anatomy. Okay? Let's say you're missing a limb. Bless you. Just realize, though, even if something's missing on your body, literally, well, your psychic anatomy, spiritual anatomy is still intact. You still have chakra like everybody else. So while you've been labeled handicapped or something not nice, right? You still have the same amount of opportunity as everyone else. You know? A lot of people are not learning about this stuff because they're stuck in religion or science. They're only getting one side of the story. I want to know thyself, not some of myself. I want to know all of the one. Machiwa, holy ones. Thank you for being here in my live. Thank you for, you would say, bringing your energy to this cloud, to this field. Machiwa. So we're not like meeting in person, right? But we're here in the same space because and the live. This is live. You're here, present in the live. You're in the field. It's stronger with us here, with all the ones who are present. And thank you guys for being here. A lot of you are regulars. I see members in the house. You guys see the people with colored names? Those are members who've chosen to subscribe to, become a member. They're subscribed. Please subscribe, by the way, if you like anything you've heard. If you want to learn more about spiritual awakening from this innerchristos point of view, please subscribe, you guys, to the channel. I have literally over 500 videos here now, and growing. And it's all about awakening and from the perspective of Christos. And I pledge to you to be accurate as 100% as possible as I can, as I know how to be with his teachings. And that's why I always will be pointing people towards her teachings, Ashiana Dean, because this is all of our teachings. Just realize she's the first person to bring it in our time period. They've come in different time periods. Thoth was once a guardian and once a speaker of innerchristos, believe it or not. Thoth was. Not anymore, obviously, but we're saying that it's not only Ashiana Dean, it's not about Ashiana Dean, she says it herself. Okay? So realize that these teachings were brought in by guardians in a formal structure. And these were originally on holographic disc records. And if you use your consciousness to access it, like Ashiana was taught to do this. Literally from Kauai, Hawaii. One of the islands. This is a guardian place, a guardian location. And when you think about energy and consciousness, it's another dimension, another timeline that your consciousness, her consciousness, would go to and be trained as a priest, priestess. We are priests. We work with techniques and energies. We're psychic. We perceive us divine and celestial beings and realms. Everyone has the potential. I mentioned that earlier. We're not special or anything like this. Everyone can access these levels of God within oneself. There is no middleman. You don't need a priest. You are a priest. You don't need a priest to God. You are a priest of God. Okay? That's the hierarchy system when he's saying, I am better than you. I am higher than you. I know more than you, so you must follow me. Dismiss those posers, distorted, egos. You know within yourself that you are part of God. You don't need someone or a person, organization or a religion to tell you otherwise. You are God. And you guys don't need to seek this connection from someone else. You find that connection within by looking within. The damage that religion does is it makes you look for God outside yourself. That is a lie. Sorry. It's not even a new one. It's an ancient lie. So it's coming from Atlantis, homie. We think it's all about us or we're the center of the universe. Bullshit! Excuse my language. We're not. Hello? So get that distortion transmuted because we're like new kids on the block, humans. And we can say 560 million years. Okay, that seems ancient, but it's not. Okay, what's ancient is when you're 950 billion years old. Okay, so we're not the center of the universe, but we are very important. And in regards to planet-wise, our planet is very important because it happens to be a universal stargate. So we are, out of 12 other planets, part of a very powerful, you would say, network of planets, of universal gates. So our system has to have protection. We have to have this guard here. Powerful guards, that's what we are. We're powerful consciousness coming down to awaken ourselves and do our duty. Do our covenant, blessed ones. Okay, not go la-di-da and go explore occult and Wiccan and witchcraft and tarot and astrology. Okay, we're not following Enoch. We're not following Thoth or those angels, fallen watchers. We find our power through the Christos. Nowhere else. Nowhere, experts, authorities, machiwa. I know some of you practice tarot and astrology. I love you. You find some wisdom there or something. Realize these systems, these occult systems, these magic, Wiccan, witchcraft systems are part of the false creed. You are following their systems, vatos, and all of those tarot cards, all of those astrologies have symbols, and all of those symbols take you somewhere. So just realize it while you're practicing your craft. Realize those symbols take you to these dark, yes, vampires. Maybe you're not vampiric. Maybe you're sweet tarot card reader. Maybe you're a sweet astrologist working with Zeus, planet Jupiter. Working with Mars, another god. We're talking about gods? Hey, the 12 planets are sacred. They're part of Tara, homies. They're not meant to put gods that worship and find these divining powers. Hello? You love it? I'm sorry. Not sorry. We bring in Christos enlightenment. Christos enlightenment is you're not using their sigils. You're not using their practices. You're not using their divining systems. What? You don't need shit to divine. You have this, and you have this, and you have this, and this, and this. That is your Templar. That is your power. Your spiritual anatomy, not some outside sourcing, connecting shit. Okay? That is your Starseed message. All of your powers, all of your knowledge is coming from within you. Not some other source here. Not some, can you please do a reading for me? You don't need nobody's reading, man. You don't need to ask someone, am I a Palladian? Am I an Indigo child? Am I a Lyran? You don't need to ask and pay money for someone to tell you, or look into some gazing ball and find out. It's in you, honey. You are this, I would say, source. You are the source of those answers. That is where you find the answers. You look within. You're like, okay, I'm looking within. I still don't know. This is a process. It doesn't happen overnight, and that's what you want. You want overnight. It's not. It can go fast. You can awaken quickly, but it's not overnight. You have so much to learn, Holy Ones. So much to go through and process and master. We are these, not, you would say, adepts, finding, reclaiming, discovering our mastery. Okay? All knowledge, all magical powers, all psychic powers are right in here. You don't need no freaking astrology or tarot. You don't need no Chakaya, some priest, some guru, some anything. You don't need anything. Here. Now you got religion telling you do. They tell you have to have something. You have to do this and you have to do that, and you bullshit. Dismiss. No, actually I don't. Actually, I am part of God. I am God. I am the universal law of one. I am the many. You are the one. I am the one. See, the religion doesn't want you. They want to take your power. So they say, you must get power through us. You must connect to us and worship us. Be guilty. Be fearful. Be subservient to us. So we can get your power. Thank you for your power. No. Thank you. No, you don't have my power. I take my power back. I am God. I am sovereign. I am free. In 3D Earth, do people act like it? No. We don't act like angels. We're distorted down here in the 3rd level. Okay? But we're on the 3rd level, Starseeds, Indigo children, but accessing the 4th level and the 5th level and the 6th level and beyond inside our consciousness. Because we're opening, and 3D people are not opening. They don't have these chakra. Doesn't mean they can't get them. It just means, okay, they're not relating because they don't have the activation. Get the activation, like everyone, all these other spiritual beings, and then you can see and perceive, and it won't be a hope. It won't be a faith or a belief. Hope, faith, or belief. No, it'll be tangible. It will be a knowing. It will be a testimony. You will have witness. So, anything that requires belief or faith or hope or is a distortion. You're blessed. We may not act like it all the time, but we are powerful. That is your Starseed message. You're a badass, a spiritual badass. You're going to find people in organizations and trying to tell you otherwise. And as soon as you hear that, that's where your indigo kicks in. I call bullshit. You don't have to say that if you don't want to. Just say, I don't agree, and we can agree to disagree peacefully. And we can still be friends. Okay? Now, if this person is aggressively trying to vampire you, you don't want to hang out with them. You know? We don't condone what they do. And we're not practicing and react to what they do. We follow a principle. Are you following that principle? Or are you reverting to the false creeds of religion and judging people? You see the negative side, the dark side, judges. So, Once again, I ask you, are you following the creed of light or the false creed of these systems? Chikima, Davian, I'm following law of one, homie. What's up? Give me 5 and you go, see what? So we're bringing it, we're owning it, we're shining light. 2023, homie. It's happening for some of us. Other people will sleep. Drool. Yeah. That's life for some people. Asleep. They're just like, sorry about that. They're just like, hello, wake. My first advice would be to pause. Be still. Be relaxed. For some of you, that's very challenging, very hard, but not impossible. Some of you put that in your mind, though. You say, it's impossible. I can't do that. Hello, that was 2 spells you just put against yourself. And I'm sure you said it to yourself many times, not just those 2 times. You see what I'm saying? It's a pattern. Maybe a lifetime pattern that you can break. Stop. Change. Transmute. Become something different than what you used to be. It is possible when you realize it is possible. Do you realize it's possible to change? Do you realize you keep saying you can't or don't or won't or what? You are telling yourself that's how powerful we are. We can tell ourselves to not have money. To not have love by just keep on telling ourselves that. No one loves me, or no one will love me, or I am ugly, or I am stupid. Hello, those are all spells, homie. Break. Cut cords. That means change relationships, change what you used to have and do in practice. Commit to change. Starseed, that's your Starseed message. Commit to changing. Shift. Okay? We are learning about consciousness and energy. We want to become masters of it. We're shifting out of this 3D point of view where life is just circumstantial and life is just happening to us, and shifting to, no, I control my life. I control my thoughts. I control my energies. I control what comes into my life with thought. See, that's a change. Did you make that leap yet? Let's do it, man. And we're doing it together. You're never alone. Be encouraged and know that you're not alone. There's someone watching you. Don't freak out. There is part of you that can see you, realize a higher evolved consciousness. Hey, it's you. Not a separate spirit, like the Holy Spirit or some other spirit. It's you. Remember, we talk on multidimensional reality. Well, those are multi aspects of oneself in another frequency bandwidth of reality. That's what they are. Oscillations. Okay, different oscillation than this one. Slower, faster. Those vibrations, man, is a separate reality, and you live in all these separate realities. Your consciousness is a spectrum of vibrations. So you're existing here, you're existing there, you're existing all these different levels, and those are all your other peeps, your other selves happening now. Not like Hinduism tells you in the past, not in the future. Now. And you communicate to not some old, forgotten, dead being part of yourself. You're talking to a now version of yourself in another bandwidth. So realize the conscious. You're great. God is great. You're part of that greatness. You're part of the consciousness, the field. The Guardians call it the unified field. You're part of the unified field. You can't be outside it. That's the concept. It's unified. You can't go outside of unity. You can perceive and think you're outside it. You're not. You're not outside of God. You can't fall out of God. You can't be a sinner and separate from God. It's a lie. How do you imagine you can be separate from your Creator? Kicked out of heaven or kicked out of somewhere and not be near God anymore, or far away from God, or God left you. God never left. God, you're always with God. That's those confusing principles that are teaching you in religions. They teach you that you're horrible. Black magic spell. You're horrible. You're guilty of something. While they tell you it's because of some other person's sin. Now you're sinned. Okay? So you got to be punished. You have to be subservient because you're lesser. When we teach unity and you're not lesser, you're all of one, but you're still being bombarded with your horrible sinner. Hey, we said earlier, are we angelic down here? No, we're distorted down here. That's why we are not our best. That's why we're not so great. But when you want to consider and open your mind to the idea that you're greater and higher levels, and then those higher, greater levels, spheres, you can reach now down here. Reach these spheres of consciousness down here. So, yeah, we're not perfect down here. We're distorted, but we're accessing, some of us are accessing our higher versions who do know who are perfect. If you learn this information, Ashana talks about something called the divine blueprint. It's perfect. You, me, all beings, not just humans and people, animals, trees, mountains, rocks, creatures, all creatures and things have a divine blueprint. That means every being, every existence, creature, whatever, has the perfect version. The Christos level of yourself is your perfect version. You can say you are perfect up there. Down here, we're no. Okay? 11th dimension is a distortion of the 12th dimension. 10th dimension is a distortion of that 11th. 9, 10, 8, 9, 7, 8, 6, 7, 5, 6, 4, 5, 3, 4. See? Our 4th version is better than our 3rd version. Our 5th version is better, but they're all distortions until you get to the 12th version of yourself, your perfect self. So why am I bringing up that point? Well, we're trying to bring in our perfect self, as much of our higher perfect self as possible, so we can do better down here. So we're not so 3D distorted, because you're bringing in, wow, higher principles, higher ideas, higher conversations. Okay? As your Starseed message, realize that you, right now, in this moment, thank you for those hearts and likes, you are connecting to your higher versions. Your part of your identity is your higher versions. And the more that you open your chakra, which is your Templar, the more that you open your Templar, the more you open your connections to these greater parts of yourself. You see me, your brother Tavian, I'm speaking to you, talking to you from my higher versions of myself, from my higher chakra. Am I like this 24/7? No, but I am a lot more different than I used to be. Like, I would say, I'm not saying these things are wrong and bad, but I would be distracted with video games or distracted with girls or distracted, I would be distracted with something as a boy. And like, instead of focusing and being focused in my thoughts and my diet and what am I eating, how am I sleeping, that is all changed. You become a different person. And so remember what I said at the beginning, your Starseed message is change. Not only expect changes, but make changes, become a different version. You will be unrecognizable. Like I myself, before 420 and beyond, before that even, I was a different person. Okay? Before I even found Christos information, a totally different person. Once again, it didn't happen overnight. Over these years, I developed myself. And it's not going to take years for everyone, because first of all, the planet's going through this stellar activation cycle, which is now closing in. It was closing out, and now it's going through the inward process. The Templar were opened. Now her Templar, the planet's stargates, chakra, the planet's chakra are now closing. This is part of an ascension process. It's not even really us, it's the planet. And then because the planet is doing it, you have to go with her or not. Okay? So it's about the planet ascending. And if you're on Tara, it's about Tara ascending. And if you're on Gaia, it's about Gaia, not about you. We have our individual ascension processes, right? Because we all have to qualify ourselves through our energies. And that's the way Creator God made it. You have to actually work your way up by being a certain way. Kind of like the universe is giving you bonuses and nice things and improvements if you expand. And if you go like this, the universe, for whatever reason, creates chaos and problems and distortions and less happiness, less success. So God, this is a learning simulator. This is a spirit simulation. You're meant to do this because the system is designed to make life not so great if you're falling and becoming chaotic, becoming distorted. So the system is saying, hey, you're going to feel bruised and hurt and affected unless you do this. You agreed to come here. You agreed to be in this simulation. We knew. Our higher selves know and remember. Well, you come down here, you forget. Some of us have forgotten, but you can still remember. Learn how to remember, reclaim your memory. So you forget, and then you forget what your race was like, what your people were like, what you were like, and the only way to reverse that process is through something like what Ashiana has created, which is called bioregenesis. You actually regenerate your DNA to fix the consciousness that's distorted. See, we're working on the body to affect the consciousness. That's why when you talk about stuff like diet, it affects the body, which affects your consciousness. You ignore the diet, you ignore the consequences of that. I mean, maybe you won't ignore, but I'm saying you're going to experience the consequences of that. Think about it. The mind affects the body affects the mind. So if you harm and affect one of those, you're going to harm and affect the other. So on this planet, on this drama, they're trying to harm and affect your body, which affects your spirit, which affects you from getting out of here. Now you're stuck in the vampire system. No, you don't want to be stuck. Come on, Batu. We're like, the Ashiana, the teachings call it a rescue mission. Okay? We're trying to get you homies. Like, hey, wake up, Vato! What's up, man? You're an indigo child! You are a spiritual badass. You're Christos. Do you know what is Christos? So we're remembering who we are, knowing that the human race is part of something called the Christos, and that while we're being attacked by other races who are jealous and envious and want to harm us and control us and siphon our powers and energies, we're a higher level being that has been tricked by reptilians and demon-looking creatures and insectoid beings and Anunnaki, fallen angels and demons, have punked your Christos ass. Your mighty Christos that's been punked. Literally a lower 10th dimensional reptilian has convinced you that of something other than the truth. An Anunnaki fallen Jehovah being has convinced you that you're not Christ, that you're not Christos. They're messing with your identity, your energies. They're putting you in this broken civilization, lesser of this guardians, diminished protectors, diminished starseed indigos without memory. We're going through an awakening, homie. We're fixing that. we're awakening. Realize it's indigos helping other indigos, starseeds helping other starseeds. It's not your parents, it's not your government, it's not religion, it's not science. It's your other vatos saying, what's up, Galactic One, Holy One, Cosmic Consciousness? You're not the shit that the Anunnaki and the reptilians are trying to convince you. That their religions are trying to convince you. See more core, know who you are. We are this not center of the universe, Holy One. We are this valuable guardian race. Don't forget what we're called. The true name for humans? Do you want to know the true origin, the true name of humans? You're called the Terahertz. Say it with me, vatos. Terahertz. I am Terahertz. It's beautiful. You are Terahertz. This is your people. This is your Starseed message. You're not human, just only human. You're more. You're Terahertz. A Terahertz has 12 strands of DNA, man. You got your Christos for sure. Down here, no, we got 3 of that. 3 out of 12. That's not very Christ-like. It's not very human, Terahertz-like. No, it's a fraction of it. Get it? We're trying to return to that because this is what happened. We were mighty once, and then our race, because there was a cataclysm, fell. Not all Terahertz fell, but part of it fell. Now, we're related to them. They love us. They want to rescue us. That's what we're doing. Rescuing our own homies. You're part of Tara, man. We're part of Tara. But we fell. We're a broken, distorted version. That's what awakening is. It's awakening to, no, we're not. We're more. And the cool thing is, the package, the zip file, there's stuff in here, man. You don't need it to get it here. You don't need a freaking special this or a special that. It's right here. And you use consciousness. Ashia Nadine, Iasha, she teaches you. She's a master ascension teacher. She's teaching you how to Dakayiwa. Access your own DNA. The scientists would tell you it's impossible. The religious people would tell you it's sinful or wrong to be psychic. To see angels, something's wrong. Why? Enoch saw angels. Some of those other people witnessed angels. Yes. Muchas. I love you, vatos. Let me drink some of my tea. It's like green tea with some flowers. Check out this lovely. This is a huge fluorite. And it's cool because you can have it just standing on your desk or whatever, near your bedside, or put this baby on your pillow or whatever. Anybody who wants to buy this, give me an offer. No, seriously, I sell crystals. I mean, I don't have an active thing yet, but I reopened my Etsy. So there's crystals there, but I will be starting to use that site also to sell my art. That's what I've been spending my time, because it just takes time to set it up. But once it's set up, it's no big deal. After that, I will be able to share with you guys my visions. Like, I have visions of these beings, or I see them, or this is what I perceive them as being. So I'm sharing my visions through my artwork. Excuse me. So it's so fascinating because I could never do that before. Like, there's certain concepts I couldn't find pictures for. I couldn't find the pictures. F it. I will make the pictures. It didn't happen overnight. I had to learn how to do this. Now I'm learning to be more artistic and creative and finding these visions and being able to express it to you. And so I'm going to put these things on prints, but I'm going to also put them on coffee mugs. I'm going to put them on t-shirts. I'm going to put them on, frame them, whatever. I'll put them on bags and cell phone covers. Man, you're going to get this artwork. And I'm just saying it's beautiful artwork. In my opinion, it's good quality artwork. And so we're like, it's a way that you can support Christos Avatar. What? Is that real? Is that... Wow, Rikio. Thank you, Holy One. Much respect. And those numbers are cool. 333. And what is that? That's a triple trinity. Thank you so much, Holy One. He also says, it's Ricky in Puerto Rico. What time is it there? Write it in the comments if you can. I told you in a message that I'd send more abundance. Oh, you guys, you're awesome, Holy One. And I'm sorry if I hadn't read your messages, private messages, direct messages. I can't read them all. I literally can't read all these messages I get on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and my not as much as my Patreon, but I'm saying I get a lot of traffic. It's almost like 250,000 or more now. But thank you so much. And I know some people are able to find their way to communicate. So that's kind of like I'm in the middle of change and transformation. You guys have seen me go through living in the forest, living in a family house, now having my own place, having all these experiences that are freaking unbelievable. I thought like nothing was going to trump me seeing a UFO and being zapped by a UFO. I didn't think nothing was going to trump that. I was wrong. I've experienced so much more things now. That's like farther down on the wowness factor. I'm just speaking for my own self. You get to a certain point where it's nothing about ego or anything. It's just simply you're just like, okay, that's what I am. I am this being. That's it. You don't put ego into it. You don't there's nothing really else to say about that, you guys. You find this sacredness. You're blessed. And we act not arrogantly, okay? Because some people do that. As soon as they become spiritual, they become ego. Like, oh, now I know shit. And they look at everyone as... It's like, what? Come on, Vato. You ain't fooling actual guardians. You're just making yourself look like a punk or a poser or worse. We know that you're bullshit. You're not speaking light. You're not acting it. That's what you call a liar, a poser, a faker. And maybe they are psychic or whatever, but they're still being a punk. They're still being negative. They're still being egotistical. They don't understand. Or they understand, or they're just simply being fraudulent. Okay? There's some people who just don't get it and are acting foolishly like that. Or there's some people who know and are acting foolishly. Distorted. Tricking. Lying. Fooling. Dude, really? You're talking about your soul's energy and consciousness and development, and you want to do what? What are you doing besides to other people? What are you doing for yourself? What are you doing for your own soul and oversoul? Do you know these terms? An avatar. Okay, you can call it angel or archangel level, or you can call it the we have different types of beings in all these different realities. And so we have avatars These are conscious beings with different bodies than we, that are like ghost-like, or even, no, that would be density 3. Density 4 is liquid light. And you see something from liquid light, I don't know, you'd have to have like, what, 10, 11, or 12. 10th chakra is 6 inches above your head. That's dark blue chakra. That's the 10th dimension. That's the avatar level. That's the first avatar level. 10th. 11th. That's why these reptilians are avatars too. But they're in the 10th dimension avatar. 11th dimensional Anunnaki avatars, or whatever races that live in the 11th dimension, they're also avatars. But the highest level is the Christos avatars in dimension 12. We have 12 strands of DNA. And obviously these other races don't. And they're the ones that tricked you. They're intelligent. Come on, 11th dimensional intelligence. Right? Compared to 3-dimensional humans. That's why they kick our asses when there's no when the Guardians are losing the war. So, they're not schmucks. The Dark Ones are not schmucks. They do win. They can win. That's another thing in religion. You think, now let me put the caveat so you don't take me out of context. It only goes up to 11th dimension. Darkness does not go beyond 11th dimension. It's limited. Darkness is limited. It can't go beyond. Unless it does a host matrix. And then when it works with a guardian and changes the DNA, then it's no longer an 11th dimensional being. So, anyways, the important thing to realize is that some of you indigo children are actually part of that host matrix. You're doing a host matrix. That means you're helping another race. In this case, it's called a Nephilim Anunnaki. Even the Bible talks about the Nephilim. These giants of renown, powerful beings. Yeah, they were real. They were actually part of the secret space program. There's real giants. Okay, not just all wiped out. Okay, you got them from different planets, different timelines, and in our timeline, but just now we have a diminished amount of giants. But realize there's some giantism signs. Even in humans, you'll see giant humans, bigger than normal humans. But there's also human alien hybrids too. So those could have bigger than normal, you would say, bodies, forms, because their DNA is part extraterrestrial. So they're going to get something out of the ordinary of the regular human populace. So now, all of this from the Bible, it mentions it, but it's still a distortion. You're not getting the full truth about the Nephilim, and it's not like they talked a lot about the Nephilim. If you look at the Apocrypha book of Enoch, Enoch talks more about these things. That's why it's not in the Bible. They didn't want to put that information in the Bible. So realize that you're getting different sources of information. You can collect this information and still read the Bible and just learn more. Just realize it's priests of religion are the ones controlling what goes into your belief. They make changes and manipulations or whatever. They control the religion. They control the information. So they've controlled and changed the religion. You think you know the original writings? Do you think it's not possible, to change something? Like real. You think that the Bible was never changed? Or you think it's impossible to change it? Or you think it's a lie that it was changed by what you call the Council of Nicaea? It's public knowledge, vatos. And the Council of Nicaea, it's a council. Council. This council rewrote your Bible. And that was, a few hundred years ago? Or no. It was 325 AD. It was a long time ago. Almost 2,000 years ago. So we're like, when you think about your knowledge and your grandparents and great-grandparents, well, dude, 2,000 years ago, do you think that it couldn't have changed? Any historical manuscript document. We're talking 2,000 years ago, and there's people talking about Tataria from being changes. Changes have been made to your civilization, much less just your Bible. Mudslide civilizations that have shown so many freaking cover-ups and changes. History being edited and changed. And you don't think your Bible could have been changed? So, is it even part of Tataria? Or is it even part of, the civilizations before that? Like Atlantis, like Lemuria. Oh, your documents were not changed? I love you guys. What we're trying to get at is changes have been made. Even the Guardians tell us what they have done. They have made changes since Atlantis. That's when you had the Melchizedek's divide. You have the Starseed Melchizedeks, the regular, normal, sacred Starseeds. And then you have the fallen ones, the ones who disagree and changed and edited your beliefs into a patriarchy. It is the fallen Melchizedeks who created your Bible version now. It's a patriarchal, sexist creed, vatos. Straight up. Yes, documents, sacred books of work can be modified, have been modified, and not even that far long ago. That's what I'm saying. You're alive here in 2023. What the F do you know existed before? How the F do you know what actually happened before your lifetime? Before your grandparents, great-grandparents' lifetime. Oh, the Bible is 100% accurate. This is exactly what happened in the Roman Empire. Oh, yes, the history books tell us exactly what happened in Greece and Rome and whatever, right? Ancient Samaria. Oh, yeah, that's all fabrications. Intentional distortions, cover-ups, changes, edits. Okay? So the bizarre, the weird is the normal. That's a closed mind. You think nothing can change. What? Why do you think that? You think it's conspiracy theory. Who thought of that word? No, check. Who created the word conspiracy? The idea. Go check. Find out that the word conspiracy is meant to create distortion. There has been created distortion in your understanding of history and your understanding of science. Both have been distorted, homie. These fallen angels are what? They want you to forget who you are, forget your true heritage, your history, and make all those things hard to find or demonize them. So when truth comes out, they'll demonize it. Their world is upside down. You got fallen angels think you're following God. And even in their book, they talk about fallen angels, but they are the fallen angels. Jehovah is a fallen angel. Thoth is a fallen angel. Galactic Federation is being run by these people, homie. Your precious Galactic 40, in 2023, in modern age and times, you're following either Jehovian Bible, or you're following Thoth, Galactic Federation, Inky, Infidels, whatever. Either one, you're following fallen angelics. Not true science, not true spiritual word of God, No, the word of an angry, judgmental Jehovah God. The word of, specifically, the word of these, what do they call them? It's the negative Melchizedeks, if I remember. The ones who create they're called Templar Melchizedeks. Knights Templar is not good, holy ones. Oh, there's a good Templar. Chekiwa. You know, the ones teaching you law of one, these universal principles, the true Christian doctrine. I don't mean to say doctrine, teachings. And not this shit of patriarchal Christian God. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be... Let me compose myself. Okay. You know, because I've heard even Ashiana say that. She'll say, I'm a Christian, but not your version of Christian. I'm following Christ. Christos is the original word, the original concept, not a patriarchal God Christ, a equality God Christ. You see the difference between the Templar Melchizedek and the Starseed Melchizedek? The Starseed Melchizedek's, Ashiana, she calls it cloistered Melchizedek. I simply changed the word cloister to Starseed because that's what they are. They're Starseeds. They're from other stars, and they're part of the genetics. They're bringing the genetics. They're bringing the consciousness. Okay, so that's why I tell you, Ashiana calls it cloister. I call it Starseed. Starseed Melchizedeks, cloister Melchizedeks, are the ones who are representing the true Christian Christos knowledge, and the patriarchal sexist Christian today is the false creed of the Templar Melchizedeks. So if you guys want to learn about this in more detail, check out Ashiana's Voyagers 2. It's a free PDF. Don't buy the book. It's like hundreds of dollars. Buy the PDF or find a free PDF. I didn't mean to say that. You can find the PDF online. Voyager. Ask Voyagers or Starman. They will show you the link. Or if you guys are a member, a lot of you are these members, you can actually find that in our chat. We have a chat on Discord server. If you guys want to be on our Discord server, you just have to pay $5 to be part of. It's a community. It's a membership site, and so we share all that stuff or whatever you feel called. Some people are $20, some people are $50, whatever you feel called, right? So I'm growing because of you guys, and we're growing. That's us growing. This is a group effort. You know, we're growing. The information, the platform, the awareness. I bring awareness. I'm one of the ones bringing awareness to Ashiana's work, to the Guardian work, the Guardian teachings. I'm a Lyran. I am an Indigo child. You know, I've witnessed. It is not faith or belief anymore for me that these Ashiana teachings actually have been proven to me. I have seen my Christos. So it's like you find that within yourself. You don't even need Ashiana. Some people find law of one through their own life. Because think about it. Law of one is simple. To think all are love, all are God, all are equal. Simple, 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 but not so simple, right? Not so easy for people to digest when you've been tricked and fooled and into something completely the opposite. Templar Melchizedek religion, patriarchal sexist religion, is the opposite of law of one equality, Starseed Melchizedek, beliefs. You guys, I used to show this all the time. Let me show it to you now. This is what religion principles, which is, remember, the Templar Melchizedek edited version of your holy book. That's been replaced by a Jehovah extraterrestrial negative dark alien. It's Jehovah. You guys know, if you're a Christian, did you know that your God is called Jehovah? You know that, right? Because some people don't know that from the Old Testament, that your God has a name. A lot of people know it's Jehovah, or Yahweh, but some people have no idea. You know, maybe even new generations. But even when I was going to Christian Bible school, I was never taught about Jehovah. I mean, they were mostly in Matthew, Mark, John, all those chapters, So. Okay, so this is religion. This is the false creed. This is the Templar Melchizedek creed. This is the negative creed. But this is what humans are following in religions. Okay, contrast to the Guardian creeds. Law of one, all are equal. Okay, that's what we're teaching here at Christos Avatar. We represent and talk about these points of view, not these points of view. We warn you and talk to you and shine light on this point of view. You get to see how this dark Templar against the Christ, against Christos, modern day belief systems. It's your belief systems talking about Jesus and Christ, and who are the actual antichristic ones. Actual dark Templar. Teaching you to live in fear and guilt and judgment and patriarchy. Sexist, put down women. Sacrifice is normal. Subservience is the way to go, and worship and what the F? No, sorry. Not sorry. Now I just lost the place on my computer. Let me. So, this is what my channel is about, and this is what were the teachings that come out of this body of work. And while I have this up real quick, I will show the diagram and realize that this is for all my members. Anyone who's a member gets this diagram. So if you're really interested in the study material, because that's what it is a tool. It's a teaching tool for me, and it's a learning tool for anyone who's trying to put all this together. Because this, you will find information in Voyagers too, but more. You're going to find this is a compilation from many workshops. That's why I put it into a tool for you to receive and learn from and study. Okay? So you're going to learn about the different realities or matrices. We have a phantom matrix where the fallen black hole subtypes distortion field. All these demons, fallen angels are where a lot of them exist, not all of them. There's still dark ones in our system who haven't fallen into phantom yet. And then you have the anti-particle parallel version. You have a parallel Earth. That means you have a parallel you. Parallel everything. Everything has a parallel. So this is available to all my members. If you guys don't know how to do it, ask Indigo Wizard or Starman. It's easy to realize that if you're on YouTube membership or Patreon membership, you guys, there's a link that takes you to our Discord chat server. That's actually where you want to go, because you're going to find other people posting pictures and posting conversations and asking questions. So just don't forget that you also get the Discord chat server if you're a member. Doesn't matter what tier you are. It's available to all members. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here, homies. What's up? Got this going on. Indigo Wizard. What's up, vato? SWAD group. The universal law is God. You said it. Jaxie. Wait, my glasses suck here. I mean, but I have to close my head way in. There is no Earth on DU5. And actually, there's no planets at all in density 5. I've heard Oceana say that herself, that the planets, remember, it's called pre-matter. Density 4 is pre-matter. Density 3 is where you start getting etheric matter, and then there's semi-etheric matter, and then there's us, carbon matter. So there is no planets in density 5. Planets start in extraterrestrial start, races and stuff, start in density 4. So there's Earth, density 1, Tara, density 3. So that means Earth becomes Tara. Tara in density 3 becomes Gaia. And what most New Agers do is they skip Tara. They skip a whole planet and teach you about Earth and Gaia. Okay, Gaia is not helpful to you guys. You're not trying to get to 7th, 8th, 9th dimension. If you were in 7th, 8th, 9th dimension, you wouldn't be here. Why would you be in Earth if you're trying to get to a higher density? What? So you understand the distortions. Tara has been wiped out from his memory. You don't know, but they don't want you to know about Tara. You're not talking about Tara? Nope. You don't hear no freaking New Age system talking about Tara. They're just talking about Gaia. What? Look, it has a history. It has a... Oh, wait a second. I gotta make sure I'm updated. Yeah. I'll do it again. Because I want to show it's very dramatic to realize this part. Hello. You're taking out history. Oh, you think you're going from 2023, you're going to ascend Mrs. Starseed and just skip Tara. You just want to skip Tara, huh? You're not talking about Tara. You're talking about Gaia, homie. No, you're not going to freaking this periods, man. You're not going to Archangel. You're not skipping Angel. See, this is the distortions of your New Age systems. You're not going to get here for a while, homie. Literally, you're not going to get here for a long freaking time. Stop focusing on Gaia, Vatos. You're not going to Gaia. You're going to Tara. And actually realize, even when you're 12 strand, you're going to be in Tara. Because that's where your race is. And the 5th dimension rules Turnisium. We're perfect. We're connected to our divine blueprint. How? How can we have that in density 2? Because we have 12 strands activated, homie. We're Christed beings. Okay? You're perfect. No distortion. Distortion happens in the next level. And the Buddhic mind. And you realize this is where you start getting darkness. This is where the dark avatars are. Look, here's Dimension 11. Well, look who lives in Dimension 11. Jehovah God. A dark being. Holy Elohim? No, unholy Elohim. Not even human, Vato. A feline aquatic ape. And your friends in the galactic, what is this? Galactic Federation are trying to say it's your homies, it's your friends. Oh, Enlil's good. Inky's good. He created your people. Vatos, they're saying that Latinos and blacks were created by Inky. Oh, yeah? Oh, you think you look in reptilian, sectoid serpent? It's bullshit. Look what came out of Inky, Vato. The Lucifer concept came out of Inky. Inky, not your friend. Who's this person online talking about Inky being good? Or Enlil? Or Marduk? You're talking about Luciferians and Satanists. Homie. You got it backwards. And so is your Bible. It's backwards. You ain't following no creator God. This is what you call machi kasnatwa. A trick, a lie, or Antria. The Templar Anu. What we said earlier. Templar Melchizedek's. Templar Melchizedek's. Bringing you a patriarchal, sexist religion. You putting these pieces together, homies? You taking notes? This is what you worship. And it's not new. This came in Egypt. And that's just one side. That's just one gangster. You got other gangsters in the house. You got dragon beings and hybrids. All kinds of weird creatures and things. And don't forget the Zetas, the talls or the shorts. And what created the Zetas was an advanced race called Zephalim. It's the Zephalim that created those races. These races came out of their DNA. And they're dark. These are dark beings, part of the Draconian, the Draconians. Oh, the Dracons. So these are all Draconians. The Seraphim fallen races. All the Draconians are fallen. Now, you're going to find individuals that are still following Law of One. You're going to find individuals that would be in the 10th dimension. No, I mean the Seraphim are in the 14th dimension. You're going to still find some serving the House of Vega, Royal House of Vega, the Gold Order. But just know that your entire race, basically the rest of your race, is fallen. You're part of these fallen creatures and beings that are anti-Christos. They're against God. They're against the Law of One. Like we were talking about here. They're against these. This is, you're serving anti-Christos. You're not serving all our God, all our equal. An unconditional love. You're not talking about or experiencing joy or grace. No, you're experiencing some other shit, guilt and shame. So this is your Starseed message, and we're trying to empower you. Religion will disempower you. I try to do my best to illustrate it for you guys. Try to bring Ashiana's, advanced technical stuff. It is technical, very advanced. I'm trying to bring it down in layman terms, so we can understand it. Even for myself, I remember when I first got into the teachings, I'm like, damn! Like, seriously, guys, honestly, it was the particle physics that actually threw me off for like years. For years, I just said, I kept trying to learn it, it can be hard, but that's why I want to break it down, make it easier to understand. Now, I'm just refreshing the page. Do you know the woman named Ellen Dana? I think that's the one who's talking about Inky, right? Yeah, that's who I'm talking about. That's exactly who I'm talking about. Now you know who she's representing. You understand? Straight up in your face, a perfect example of the opposite message. I'm very curious to find out what Elena Danon or whatever her name is. What is she? How does she depict the Inky? Like, what do they look like? And also notice the first distortion you're going to notice. Not just her, anyone talking about Inky. When they start talking about Inky as an individual, like the name of a certain god or being, you already know that they don't know, that they're bullshit, that either they're aware of it or unaware. Probably both. I mean, they're going to find both people who are aware of it and unaware. Inky is a race of beings. It's a people from a planet called Nibiru. And there's more races that live on Nibiru, not just one. Okay? So, it's not human. I showed you the graph, realized this being is a serpent insectoid, reptilian creature. Okay? They are trying to tell you, and the Sumerians and whoever else is going to listen, that they're your god, that they created the blacks, they call it, and the Latinos. No, I'm not saying all people believe that. I'm saying that's what this information is saying. I hear it from people. Every time I make a video about Anunnaki, I get all these messages saying that, oh no, the Anunnaki created me. You're talking about my God, Vato. You got one version of the story, I guess. Now, check out this version and then you decide. I decide my version, of course. God, Inky created my people. You're talking about my creator. I mean no disrespect. I just find it ludicrous sometimes when I get so many messages when, dude, it's like the same type of mindset as the people coming in there and preaching Jesus and hell and fire and damnation and judgment. Okay? It's the same thing. You guys aren't even listening to the message. Are you actually hearing what's coming out of my mouth? Can you like take a look, actually look at what I'm saying? How the God that's in your Bible, just look, you guys. Let's be honest and fair. Look at the God in your Bible. And it is angry, it is fear-based, it is judgmental, it is works with sacrifice on more than one incident besides its own son. It sacrifices, it's about sacrifice. Okay? Just look. I'm just asking you to review what you've been conditioned to believe since you were a kid. I made that. The only reason why I talk about my own personal life is so you guys know, you realize that we don't have a choice in when we're kids. And you are believing almost 100%, 90-something percent, 90-something percent of you are believing in your religion because you were raised in that religion. Your parents brought you to a certain church or a belief. And that goes from my country, America, or Japan, or any. You believe in that belief system because you were born in that country, in that family that believes in that religion. No other reason. So you're believing in fear and an angry God for no other reason because you were brought into it. Think about that. Try to shift your idea of, okay, what do I as an adult believe or resonate with? What do you resonate with? Do you resonate with all that fear mongering and judgment and what the shit? It's about fear. It's even a commandment. Fear God, right? No, what are you talking about? That's the opposite of what you want to do. Sacrifice? No, that's the opposite. It's always the opposite, homie. So think about the opposite of what the Bible does. Not in every instance, okay? Of course, what I'm saying is, okay, so this principle talks about this. So what is the opposite of that? Exactly, there's your truth. Hey, you can use the Bible to find truth. Just look at the opposite of it. It's not that cut and dry, right? But you know what I'm saying. We're like not going to be following something that's negative. Wow, what a concept! No, that should be simple, logical. I'm not going to just automatically believe. And I think when I was a teenager, that's when I started rebelling. I started rebelling against the church, you would say, in my religion, in my beliefs, because they couldn't answer my teenage questions. I was asking, what about this and what about that? And what? They don't want you to keep on talking. They actually get uncomfortable, or they will dismiss you or something. The point is, they can't answer you. And they may feel doubt within themselves with all their teachings that they're being taught, conditioned. But you're not meant to question God. Huh? See, all along the way, you're taught to think of God as outside yourself. So you're already at a disadvantage. You're already distorted and confused. Because now, wow, you can't help yourself. You have to find help greater than you. So now, it's not just your life, but all our lives, because all our generations and people, like the humans, have fallen for this. Now we are this, unless we break it. Spiritual awakening, homie, we're breaking that cycle. Yeah. No, not for me. You still want to live that way? Go ahead. I want to evolve. I want to actually know truth, not some fabricated truth. When you're Starseed or Indigo Awakening, you want the truth. And only the truth. But what is it? What is the truth? What? All knowledge, maybe you're a distorted person right now, but all knowledge is actually still buried inside of you. All these things you've done to yourself have created maybe filters, blocks, or skews, or alterations. So you don't see the truth because you got all these filters in front of you. Well, you are not damned, first of all, but you realize you have a lot of work to do, and you can do it. It's not impossible, and you're never alone, you guys. You may feel like you're alone, but you're not. If you heard anything I taught, you're multidimensional. You're not alone. Okay, we're not talking about someone like multiple personalities, or are we? Okay, we don't say personality, that diminishes it. It's actual lifetimes. Other selves that live a whole lifetime separate than yours, never separate, but would say by frequency, you would say a different timeline, a different bandwidth. You know how we talk about dimensions? Well, every dimension has 12. Thank you for all those loves and likes. Who's doing that? Thank you. You're like have substrands, subdimensions, 12. There's the number. This is a base 12 system. But you're being trained and tricked to be following a base 10 system. Yeah? It's in your science, it's in your mathematics. Yeah. You're not following the divine system. You want to go to the divine system, switch to 12 base 12. Or stick to your base 10 if you want to. But the divine goes by another code. Yeah, baby. What's up? We're just connecting, you guys. And it's a record. All of you have this massive record inside your DNA. And it's consciousness accessing the DNA. The DNA is your Akashic record. It's your record. It's all lifetimes. Now, it might be in a zip file. Okay? Realize it's crunched and inside a file. You can't access it until you go inside it. Go inside the zip file. Go inside your DNA. Inside, you bring out this code. You activate what is dormant. That's what we do in spiritual awakening. We're using our spiritual concepts and ideas and thinking and doing to make a change in our DNA, which changes your consciousness. You upgrade the body, you upgrade the consciousness. And we talk about it as being keys, like the whole activated strand of DNA. Once you complete your 4th strand, oh wow, you can go to the 4th dimension. Down here, you're a 3-strander, but you're trying to grow your 4th strand, so you can go to the 4th dimension. Oh, don't have your 4th strand because you're stuck on Earth and over and over in reincarnation. Oh, you're not going to go to the next reality. You God, creator, created it this way, you guys. You cannot go to heaven, ascend to another heavenly place without the code, the key, the chakra. You can't go to the astral, homie, without the 4th strand, without activating your heart, humanity, love. Okay? Learn how to activate the chakras so you can go to that reality. You can get out of 3D Earth. The goal is to get to 5D. And it's not called Earth, it's called Tara. Remember? That's been today's lesson. Don't forget about Tara. Tara. So look, here's another dimension, another timeline. And you can go from the heart, Blu-ray, to the throat, Blu-ray, green ray to Blu-ray. Thank you for those hearts, Holy Ones. This is what we're doing. We're awakening our DNA. We're awakening our consciousness to awaken our body. We're awakening our body to awaken our consciousness. It's a two-way street. Make changes, good or bad. Make changes to your body. Make changes to your consciousness. Make changes to your consciousness. Become enlightened, learn knowledge. You make changes to your body. And learn these advanced ascension mechanics. They are advanced, they are ascension mechanics. So I call them advanced ascension mechanics. They're advanced. But you're going to learn how to do them. Anyways, whether it's advanced or not. Yeah. You're going to learn about your Merkaba and your Templar. Your Templar, your Merkaba, not the Merkaba. That's a distortion. That's a 10-based system, not 12-based system. Christos is 12-based. This is reptilian. Base 10. Reptilian. Base is base 10. Reptilian. No, you're not reptilian. Don't forget the 12th. Higher than reptilian, higher than Anunnaki and the Chromaton beetle people. What's up, homies? Thank you for those loves. You're so sweet. My Chiwa, you said it, Indigo. Never alone. You got it. It's like you don't actually travel anywhere. You could sit in this chair and go to another reality and be talking to people but still be sitting in the chair. And that is just as real as this is, because consciousness is there and here. So it's not, unbelievable or impossible. Realize we're talking about when you start to go on a spiritual journey, guys, you become magical, you become paranormal, you become supernatural. And it's not super. We're in a stupefied state. It's normal. But down here, we think it's, wow, crazy magic, not real. It's very real, guys. I'm not expecting you just to take my word on it, right? Come on. Just understand, I can explain it to you, though, that if you actually went on a spiritual journey, for those of you who don't believe in this stuff, if you actually tried it, go into the stillness, like through meditation, first of all. Start learning how to sit still inside yourself. Okay? You don't have to do anything deep and serious. It's basically just being quiet and relaxed, though, but try to keep your spine straight. And you close your eyes, because that opens your third eye. You will see with vision when you close these eyes. I mean, you can still visualize with your eyes open, but the idea is you want to be in darkness in like a dark room, and then you can meditate better. You can still meditate, but if you close everything down, like, so you can't see nothing but blackness, then you want to, like, you'll get a better, you would say, effect. So that's one of the first things you want to do, is go into stillness. Go into stillness. Another thing is to do slow, deep breathing. And I even go beyond that. I like to say double your breath, triple your breath, quadruple your breath, quintuple your breath. Here's what I'm explaining. Slow, deep breaths, right? A lot of people breathe with inwards with the mouth closed, and then when you exhale, you can do it with your mouth open, or vice versa, or both, or not both, or both the same. I mean, so you find out whatever you're going to follow, something called pranayama or some breath work. You're going to learn breath work while you're meditating. So you breath work while you meditate. Okay? You're not just meditating. Now you're doing special breathing. And the most simple way to do it, the simplest way, because there's many different ways, including how you sit, called asana, your posture, including if you hold breath. When do you hold the breath? On the inhale, the exhale. There's a whole system. And there's blocks, prana blocks, energy blocks that you can incorporate and to focus and move the energy. So you're taking your game to another level with breath work. You want to learn how to meditate with breath work. And you guys are already on your way that way. If you're doing this, or you start doing this, you'll be on your way to developing enlightenment, to developing an awakening, to developing and activating your DNA, what we keep talking about. Okay, so we're like finding that within ourselves, and it's just magical, you guys. To me, it's just magical that such supernatural things you can witness and experience. Like, I didn't have all these experiences before. It just like progressively got expanded, bigger and bigger, and more crazy, more wild, more profound, more powerful. That's the path. That's what this path is. And I can't find nothing comparable to this knowledge, to the innerchristos knowledge, to Ashiana Guardian Alliance knowledge, which is, they talk about everything. They talk about when this was created, how this knowledge was created, who's bringing it, what the teachings are, and what the dark teachings are. Like I just mentioned today, all the dark teachings, including all modern religions, are coming out of the Templar Melchizedeks. Okay, reverse knowledge. You're learning vampiric knowledge. That you're working with vampiric energies. And so you can see there's a lot of serious distortions in our world. Dangerous distortions. When we got our ideas upside down. We're living reverse. And quite frankly, 2/3 of our planet is in reverse consciousness. Phantom. 2/3 is majority, guys. The majority of our planet is, so if you're in Earth, that means you all have this 2/3 reverse consciousness. It's not selective. That's why it was so horrific, that what they did to our planet was horrific. That's talked about in one of my videos. It's my Master Templar playlist. Find my channel and then go to my playlist section, and you'll find something called the Master Templar playlist. There's a video where I talk about the Death Star, or not Death Star, the Battle Star. It's called Battlestar Nibiru. Where do you think they get all these movies from, man? From those dark beings and what they really have going on. You're not taught what's actually happening with Planet Nibiru or Planet X or Planet 9. It's not Planet 9. You would say Well, maybe it is Planet 9, but I'm just saying it's one of. There's more than 9. There's 12. So you're like, what? We get this. But anyways, that video will talk about how they use technology, giant crystals, and this thing in London. What's it called? Or not London, Britain, or this Stonehenge, right? This is part of the system that connects to the underground of the subterranean giant crystals that are no longer there. They were removed. But they would put them in an antiparticle side too. So there's 24 giant crystals in this system. And they used this giant satellite, like the Doomstar from Star Wars. It was called the Battlestar Nibiru. It's a Doomstar. And they're using that technology from that and the crystals and the grid and to actually manipulate our planet's fields. So it's science. They're using tech to alter all life. Not just humans. All life gets this disadvantage as soon as you come in here. As soon as you come in here, you're like, well, I've heard Ashana say 10%. Well, almost everyone thinks, knows that our brain at least we're only using 10% of our true potential, right? Well, this seems like to be the same in the Guardian teachings. And most of that is, but the reason is not explained how the Guardians explain it. The Guardians explain it. We have a distortion within us and in our DNA. All life does because of this technology being used from Nibiru, which are these fallen angelics who the Sumerians worshipped, the Akkadians, all those different, and you guys are worshiping. Some people are worshiping these, like Galactic Federation, Jehovah, God. Almost all humans are following these fallen angels. Not all of us. That's why you can say we're behind enemy lines. We're a minority. The principalities on Earth are obviously corrupt and dark. And like I said in one of my other videos, there shouldn't be kings and queens and presidents and rulers and like people ruling. What's ruling? It's having power from masses. Why? Oh, they say it's by divine decree, or they took the power and got it. Okay. So we're in this machiwa rulership is fallen systems, you guys, being having this oligarchy, some type of super rich, super authority, super elite man. You understand now why that's dark system. That's creating the rulerships and kingdoms, fiefdoms, those are powerful vampires siphoning masses of creatures. That's what fallen angels do. That's what phantom beings do. They're in the phantom. They have to exist. They're dying, so they're self-destructing. They're in a finite reality, so they have to feed, siphon. They're siphoning Earth. They're siphoning all life into the phantom. They're getting sustenance, from us. It's being pulled into phantom. Consciousness, energy is being devoured by phantom beings. That's why we know there will be a phantom Earth. A version of Earth is falling. As Earth ascends, well, there's a falling part. And that's majority. Most humans. So we are making our choices. All humans are making their choices. They're following these phantom systems. A lot of us rebelled when we were teenagers, even kids, right? We rebelled saying, hey, no, that's not God. So we're the minority. We're the enlightened beings. We're the beings bringing the knowledge of the Christos, bringing the knowledge of law of one, bringing the knowledge that sets you free. And you find the dire situation that you're in this scenario. Really? Earth is in this freaking realm. So that's why this is a rescue mission, guys. We're not saviors, but we bring the knowledge to try to rescue as many people. But basically what I'm saying is we're helping people help themselves. Helping people do their biogenesis, do their ascension, do their awakening. Take the power within, not some outside belief and hopes and desires. No, a true knowing and actually practicing this universal, the universal identity, not this phantom identity, not this vampiric concepts and principles of sacrifice and fear and judgment, hatred, vengeance. So it's important to be able to visualize and see all of this darkness in the world. There's a lot of things happening on planet Earth, man. A lot of changes are afoot. Good ones, bad ones. It just depends on your choices. See, people won't understand that until they realize multidimensional reality and energies. They've done a good job of confusing humans. So we're just like, coming here to do what we're sent here for. We're sent here for, so we're gonna awaken. Okay? Wake up. Learn that we need to heal ourselves, so we heal our body, heal our mind. A lot of us still need to heal, guys. So you wake up, you heal. Okay? Now, you remember. Awake is not the same. I just mean you start to realize, oh, this is a spiritual reality. This is a spiritual things I got to do and focus on. Now you start remembering. So you wake up and you know, it's like a process. Okay? And we're like got an important task. We're trying to help these beings from falling. We don't want all of these beings to fall. They're devouring. They're pulling you down. You're human. You're Christ. You're Christos. You're a 12th dimensional being that's been pulled all the way down, all the way down. Now you're going to go down into fandom. Keep on worshiping these Jehovah gods and dark gods and sacrificing gods, and then you're going right into there. You're volunteering. You're giving permission. You're giving your free will to send this energy, this consciousness. This is your Starseed message, you guys. We know that this is serious, right? And that we are a craft. We come into a people. We come into a dangerous world, and we're here to stand our light. So we have a dark world, and then these beings are coming in. Okay, now this dark world is starting to see these beacons. Now it's not so dark. There's truth. There's light, shining light. We're standing as beacons of light on this fallen earth. We're not in phantom yet, but it will be. And we know from the history line that we're at the end of, you would say there's still 2,000 years, but out of a 26,000 period, that's at the end. That's the end. We're at the end of this big cycle. And realize the mechanics of ascension and death and dying. How do you know you're going to have more lifetimes after this? How do you know you're going to have time for more lifetimes? Maybe this is your last life to get it all straightened out. Some of you want to wait to your next life. Well, some of us are getting out of here. We want to get out of here, right? But I'm saying, so you got to consider the strategy here, the multi-dimensional strategy. And we're like, reclaiming. Just reclaiming. That's the best word, is reclaim. Because you already have it, man. Because creation started up here. I mean, the beings, you're here, way up here first. You didn't come from apes at the bottom, or pond scum at the bottom, or whatever at the bottom. You didn't come from the bottom, or from some microbe or whatever. You came from the top. You know what these are? These are de-evolutions. These are fallen versions of the higher version. Fallen angel. Humans are fallen angel. You were mighty avatars. Now you fell to archangel. Now you fell to angel. Now you fell to a reincarnated human personality. It's a distortion of what you really are. So, we learn from these teachings to reclaim and go back. Because this doesn't stop, you guys. You think this is bad, you're going to go to a lesser, darker place, or a less evolved state. I explain it very graphically. Human has 3 DNA. You remove one of your strands, you can't be human looking. You're going to be looking like a plant, an animal, or an elemental. But what if you keep falling? Maybe you're a naughty fairy or a naughty dark animal. That can be explained. But if you lose another strand, now what are you? You can't be an animal or a plant now. Now you only have 1 DNA strand. You see what I'm saying? That is chaos. This is order. Following law of one and love and light and all that. That is order. This is destruction. Building, creating, just self-destructing and dying and killing and whoa. The opposite of live is evil. So beings falling or going chaos. It's called, you're falling into unconscious oblivion, where you're actually self-destructing your identity. No one's pushing the delete button on you. You are. You're deleting your own memory and identity, and nothing dies. It only transmutes. Space dust becomes new conscious life. Creator creates new consciousness out of, kind of like redoing your operating system. Did the computer disappear? Did all of the data there's nothing on the computer, it's completely empty? No, it's recycled into something new. Space dust is sacred. Okay, but it is going to be recycled, and it's almost like saying the word forgotten. Creator deleted itself. Part of Creator that fell, remember, it's just a piece from a hologram. It was refreshed and renewed. We're living in a hologram, a 15-dimensional level hologram reality, and these are the mechanics or the principles of this system. You can go up and down in the system, and the lower you go and the farther you go down and fall down, the more terrible living is. Maybe you think already your life is terrible and living sucks. Well, it gets worse if you keep on with not changing. You want to change. We want to make changes in what we think, literally. You become mindful of it. And if you learn systems like this, we're going to teach you, whoa, those principles are dark, so maybe change them to this principles of love, being friendly, being kind, being treating all as equal because of the law of one. All are this equal in God. If you start doing that, you guys, that's going to make that fall start to stabilize, and maybe you'll get curious and learn more, and then you're going to reverse the reversal. You're going to reverse the distortion. You're going to go back to what you were, and that's kind of like, from our point of view, we call that evolving. The truth is, we're not evolving. We're reclaiming what we already are. And as a third dimensional being, why not connect to your Christed avatar? Connect to your Christed level. Bring that energy here. And these teachings teach you how exactly. There's even names for it. The Christos energy is called Maharata Ray. You can see on my diagram that we showed earlier, I'll show it again, but Kundalini is not the shit. Kundalini is actually the lowest level. And then you get the Christ energy. And even the Christ energy is not the highest level. There's higher, more evolved consciousness beyond Christos, you guys. So, remember, we're only 12th dimensional. Christ is 12th dimensional. I should say, let me make it more accurate. Christ is 12 strand. Christos is 12 strand. There's much greater consciousness than 12 strands. Mochi. I just want to show this diagram because it helps you to visualize. Let me close that window. Did I put it on? I actually forgot what I was gonna say, man. Shit, that happens. Like I wanted to show you something on this diagram. I'm trying to think. Ha! Shit. No, it's all good. I will probably think of it again. It's like you have this moment and then you start thinking about something else and it's like you forgot. Starman. For some what? Salad? Oh, you might want to contact him personally, man. We have Yolanda saying, goodness, I never want to become an ant or a fly. I'll be a loving human. Natural. Oh, I gotta change glasses. Maybe you'll come back as a brownie or a sprite, you know, a mermaid. Well, that's not. Energy being. I wouldn't say it's actually accurate from the crystal's point of view. There's 15 dimensions, okay, not 144. There's the actual physics behind the time matrix, it's called, and it has harmonics. It's a harmonic system, and it goes in sets of 3. And there's 5 densities, so that means there's 15 dimensions altogether. So you go through stages of reality. You don't go through 144 stages. What you do though when it comes to 144 is you will live 144 times as male, female, male, female, male, female, different twin flame packets. You're gonna have different twin flames, and you're gonna be 144 times. Your souls will project 12 of each, so you have 12 souls. So that adds up to 144 incarnations in density 1. But there's not 144 dimensions. Those are different time vectors, not dimensions. You born in one lifetime, another, one of your selves is born in another lifetime. Those are simultaneous, you would say, time vectors. And time vector is explained as you have one. Well, first of all, you have a whole universe, density universe or harmonic universe. Is made up of 3 dimensions. Remember, there's 5 of them. We're in the lowest one. So that period is 26,556 years, which is made of 3 dimensions. One of those, well, take 26,556 and divide it by 3. That's like 8,000 something, right? That's at 1 dimension. So that dimension is made of 2 time continuums. So divide that number by 2, around 4,400 or something like that. That is a time continuum period. Okay? Now, there's many time vectors between time continuums. So we got time vectors, time continuums, and dimensions, and then actual universes, and then it goes into the entire cosmos, or the 15-dimensional time matrix. So there's not I just want to make that clear. It's from the Christos. There isn't 144 dimensions. There's 15 dimensions, okay? And the particle universe, and the antiparticle universe, and the phantom universe. There's only 15, man. There's not 144. I don't know where you got that from, but that's your point of view. And I just want to make sure that we understand the Christos point of view. Because you're going to get people saying all kinds of things, and that you got all these chakra and this chakra, and there's like, well, I've seen someone say crazy amounts of chakra too. And you will find all kinds of teachings in the New Age. And we know what that is, right? Let me see. I need a little drink here, you guys. Machiwa, Masutas, Makaya. So we have the Starseed Message, and it's all about like a grander picture of what's going on in, you would say, our drama, but more. Because you learn about, even on my website, I'm starting to update my website, you guys. I will have more articles. I'm going to try to put a new article every day, because there's still several articles I haven't put on my blog, because I had to redo my website. Not my membership area, I mean my website, my .com, you know. So that is in the works, and I'm always going to be putting out content, and some of that's going to be blogs and also other stuff. So I think it's awesome that you guys can come together in this knowledge, and because Ashiana doesn't come out in public anymore. The only thing she's done public was with Carrie Cassidy. Everything else she's done is private. So she's a private person. So there's not many people like me talking about her. There is other people, but there's a few people that no longer talk about this knowledge. So now there's less of us talking about it. But my commitment to you is to always be talking about these teachings, and also go into the actual mechanics, because I learned a Kalantic science course called Kathara that was the instructor's guide. So you learn how to become a teacher of the information. And I actually took the certified course in 2010 at one of the Sliders workshops, and so that I actually learned it in person. I don't think you even do that anymore, because they're not doing any more seminars. So it's all like private now. So any information you can find, it's going to be either on Ashiana Dean, Iyasha Ashiana's website, and Iyasha's site is Arius. It's hard to spell, so you can have Starman or Indigo will show you guys her website, or you can learn the knowledge simply by finding it, by searching her old name, which is Ashiana Dean, and start with, Voyagers first, and then move on to advanced stuff. At least Voyagers will get you into the mindset. It's not going to help you ascend to Tara, but it will get you a start to know what this is all about. And Voyagers 2, it's like 600 pages, man. So she puts a lot of stuff in there. It's incredible. So, but that will introduce you and get you a ground framework, and then you can learn the advanced stuff, and at least have the frame of mind to even, how to question stuff about this, because you will know the terminology then. Like, you'll learn about this guardians. I'm not just making shit up, you guys. not only have I seen these beings, and I've seen Ajahn, I've seen sacred avatars like Jeshua and beyond. I mean, also more others. But I've seen the worlds. I've felt the energies running through my body. So it's not a faith. It's not a belief. And I actually don't need other people to believe, They don't have to. You guys don't have to. So, but I believe that a lot of you are experiencing your own paranormal, supernatural stuff. You don't have to deal with belief either. It's a knowing, and it literally, there's no way to explain it to someone until they've experienced it. And I'm not talking about some little freaking... I remember when I was showing you the diagram, so let me do it before I stop. Or forget. Shit. Showing you the Kundalini energy. Before I forget. Okay. So, Kundalini energy is dimensions 1 through 9 only. Dimensions 1 through 9. So, from density 3 to density 1. So, Archangel and down. That is Kundalini energy. There's something greater called Maharata. That's where the avatars come in. They create a force called... That's because they're in a different matter. They're in hydroplasm. Plasmic body. Crystal liquid body. So these beings are a whole nother ballgame. And then Maharata is not even the highest. You go to something called the Kirashe life force. And that's way up there in the density 5. Where you're called antimatter. Antimatter, crystal gas, crystal vapor. This is amazing. This is where the 3 flames are. Blue flame, gold flame, and violet flame. These are the beings greater than Christ, greater than Christos. When I mean greater, I just mean higher in energy and consciousness. These are giant collectives of consciousness. The Rishi are like suns. Imagine stars as being Rishi. We have a star. Well, we have a Rishi. One Rishi near us. Machiwa. These are suns. These are stars. These are mighty conscious plasmic beings. And then you have the first level of consciousness, or the Anuhazi, in their perfect form. Perfect divine form. I'm going to be showing you all these pictures of cat people. But just realize these beings are freaking perfect, and I can't show you what it looks like in liquid light. I can't show you pictures of liquid light, but I could show you something like Avatar movie. It's not exactly like Avatar, is it? But you can surely reference that we exist at different levels. Like up here, we exist as Anuhazi. At a level... In the hologram, lower in the hologram, we exist as Lyran, Syrian, Anuhazi. In a lower part of the hologram, we exist as maybe mermaids. Mermaids. Or the feline cat, leonines. Or maybe in the lower version, we're a Orapheme or a Azurite. A Maharaji, or the Ternesium. Or a Nordic, or Pleiadian. Bird Pleiadian. So these are all existing at the same time, Vatos. And the energy that we're talking about went up to Kundalini, Maharata, Kirashe, but something outside our time matrix, because that's what this whole thing is. It's a time matrix. 15 dimensions, not 144. Hello. 15. But there's life outside of it. Outside of it, in this other area, is the cosmos. See, there's universes. These are universes. 5 different universes. This is what we exist in. A 5 density, 15 dimensional time matrix. But outside of it, you have something called Ascended Masters. Okay? And it's these Ascended Masters who created us down in their hologram fields. So these Ascended Masters have a different energy, higher than the Kirashe. It's called the Kundare. So Kundalini is not the shit. It's the lowest. I just wanted to show that real quick. Thank you. And we evolve out of it, out of Kundalini. You won't be working with Kundalini forever. Machiwa, machakas. Thanks for that, Starman. Sharing the knowledge, sharing the code, sharing what's already out there. Yeah, this information is being taken down. Ashiana's work is being taken down. It's being actively. So you want to see it and watch it and save it. Learn how to save videos from YouTube or anywhere. Learn how to save it. There's ways. You can even screen capture a video. At least you got it before it gets taken down. Because I hear people complain. I hear people complaining they can't find the information because it was taken down and they're freaking out. You guys, I've already said it before. You can find a lot of this information if you look for it on it's a different platform. What's it called? Shit. Maybe I'm being blocked. What's it called? My mind just blocked it out. But I have the app, so I'll just look in my apps to find it. Oh shit, man. Telegram. If you look in Telegram, I don't, you might find a lot of information. Hulk Smash! What's up, Bato? Is there space and planets on the outside of the firmament, or do we have a firmament? I'm confused. Hulk Smash. Good question, Holy One. Yeah, we talk about that, firmament and flat Earth, and because usually when you talk about the bowl, you talk about the flat Earth, and so yes, there's other planets, and they're round, and there's spaceships, but they are using portals and stargates, so they can get to here. And I know that there's a lot of trickery. There's a lot of fake psyops and tricks that they want you to think the Earth is flat or something like that. What does that do when you think the Earth is flat? Or that we live in a firmament? What does that do? It makes you think there's nothing out there and that we're stuck here, or if we're just supposed to exist here, or you don't see higher beings, you don't see higher worlds, you're stuck here now. You don't see the time matrix, you don't see higher soul levels, oversoul, you don't see this stuff now, because now you're in a firmament, now you're in a fishbowl, now you're in a flat plane. That what? Or there's secret mountains or secret walls and secret kingdoms hidden. So once again, there's portals to other realms, portals to other worlds that are spherical. God is spherical, not flat. Now, you don't go find jack shit with this. You ain't gonna go explore this. What? So you go through portals and take you to other worlds. You don't have to go on some plane, any plane. You're not limited to a firmament, or you go outside. Nothing's outside. It's all a projection of the hologram. These are all fake worlds. It's all simulated worlds. But it's structured. It has physics because there's calculation and programming and code in God. God is consciousness and spirit and machine. God is both consciousness and the physical, or you would say. There's a spectrum. So thinking that there's a fault, that you're trapped and you're not going nowhere, you don't think about divine concepts and heavenly things, or God being expanded or including more than this. It's very destructive. Flat Earth principle, psyop, is very destructive. And at the end of the day, think about it. Would it even matter? Would it even matter if the earth was flat or round? Does it matter when you go through something called ascension? You have to, get that shift to happen by making changes in this reality, and then you what? Go through a Stargate to another reality, to another world, another planet that's round. So, put in the factor of stargates, your ideas of flat earth and bubble firmaments just evaporates. So that's what I mean. Does it matter? Okay, it doesn't matter, because you still have to ascend out of here. If it was flat or round, you still have to ascend and get out of it. So, and you do that through a Stargate, not through light speed or some shit like that. You're going to be going through a gateway. It's an event horizon. It's a star tetrahedron. And you can't get through it, homie, unless you have a space drive that can do it, or you have a Merkaba field that can do it. A consciousness that has your strands. Then you can walk through a Stargate, which is a real thing. A real opening. A real portal. Okay? So, once again, doesn't matter if it's flat or round, because you still have to go out of it through a gate, which is just takes you to another placement. It actually just changes your vibration in the same space. So you go from this to this, but you're still in the same space. You just change speed. Everything's in the same space. Even when we think you're walking or driving or flying, it's still the same space. Remember, at the end of the day, it's a hologram. All of this is a hologram. If Earth was flat or round, it's still a hologram. It's still spirit experiencing this, right? So it doesn't matter. Either way, you have to ascend and learn how to awaken and go outside the hologram, outside your flat Earth or outside your round Earth. You still have to go outside it. Or stay in it if you want to, if you like it here on this flat Earth or round Earth. If you like it here, don't just hang out with your three strands of consciousness, and you'll be hunky dory. I love you guys. Good question, Hulk Smash. Thank you for supporting Christos Avatar, Vato. What's up, man? And by the way, you guys, if any of you like what you have watched tonight, please support Christos Avatar. We got amazing donation today. That was awesome, you guys. You're so freaking brilliant that you guys are backing this. You're backing this consciousness. This, you would say, these teachings need to be out there. They need to be shared. And that's what we're doing. We're sharing this knowledge. And I try to do it casual. And you guys notice I'm not reading a script. It's just coming right off it's just transmitting. Every time I before I start, I'm always praying to who, Thavian? I make that transparent to the blue flame, which is Holy Elohai, which is a giant collective that you find your identity in at the 13th dimension. There's the 14th dimension, Holy Seraphi. There's the 15th dimension, Violet Flame. I connect to the Elohai. And if you feel yourself as a gold flame, you should probably connect to the Seraphi in your prayer. You don't have to listen to what I say. I'm just telling you what I do. And I connect to Holy Elohai. I get used to seeing the pale turquoise energy field and around my body, within my body, immersed, and connecting to what I think these beings look like. And I'm here. So I think it's quite normal to connect to your higher self way up there. It's still you. It's not a separate self. It's yourself in the now in another vibration. So, hey, you are capitalizing on getting more of yourself down here. We're getting an advantage by getting higher consciousness. Nikola Tesla, he was connecting to higher consciousness and brought it in through his. You remember your body, your DNA template is actually your antenna. Tesla had higher consciousness coming in because he had higher chakra open. any brilliant mastermind being creator like Leonardo da Vinci or any Michelangelo or Mozart, any being who's got all these pistons firing, all these higher chakra centers opened, they didn't know what it was a chakra. They didn't know. They didn't call it some part of your DNA template. They don't think about it in those ways. You know, today we get these downloads. It's available to the earth. And so here at Christos Avatar, that's what I talk about. And hopefully you guys learned something today about your Starseed message and what you're part of is pretty amazing. We're a part of a guard, honey. We're spiritual badasses. That's why you see me making these pictures with these cats holding staffs. We are mages, magi kings, holy grail, royalty. That's why you'll see my pictures expressing this, these cat people. So I'm not going to only show pictures of cat people, don't worry. I have like hundreds of pictures already of different types of stuff. 88 people online. I didn't know it was already 9 o'clock, you guys, sorry. But thank you, Jennifer, Actunify. Yeah, I'll be wrapping it up, you guys. Plus, I need to start my work, and I'm on some weird nighttime schedule. Like I go to bed around 9 in the morning. It's like crazy. I didn't want it to be like that. For the past several years, I've been early bird. I'm sure I'll go back to early schedule right now. So much work, I just don't sleep. You know, I mean, that normal right now. But it's all for you guys. I do this full time, so you guys want to become a member and support Christos Avatar so we can get bigger, faster. We do this together. I reach more people with your help because this is our work. This is the Guardian, Indigo, Starseed work. This is our team. Thank you for helping and participating in the team. Thank you to my moderators, Starman, Blessed Starman, and Indigo Wizard for helping out. You guys are awesome. I can't do this without you, and all of you guys who are members. I can't do this without you. I actually survived because of you. Thank you for supporting this work and this channel so I can do more. Did you notice I'm starting to do more? I've had some less videos, but I'm going to go back to more videos. The whole goal is I'll be having like 3 videos a day, 4 videos a day, maybe 5 or 6 if I can get myself there. With the help of tools and stuff and learning how to get better at this and actually studying how to get better at this. I do this for you guys, so that's why this is like a team effort, and I thank you so much. I love you guys a lot, so much. I think about you, I miss you, and I always say, man, I miss my homies. I got to do a live. Right? So this is awesome, you guys. You guys are powerful. You're badasses, and you're only gonna awaken your avatar within yourself. You're a spiritual badass. You're gonna see these divine angelic beings. It's not a joke, you guys. It's so real. It's gonna trip you out. It's gonna be freaking amazing, and it's waiting for you inside. Whatever you see in the mirror, homie, you're magnificent. Give me a hug, man. Yeah. Bear hug. Yeah. Team Indigo, Guardian Alliance. I'd like to give a shout out to the ones who started it all. The Emerald Covenant, the Emerald Order, Melchizedek Cloister. Not Templar Melchizedek. Melchizedek Cloister Emerald Order, the source of Ashana's work, of the Guardian work, of all our work. The true source, the final source, is the Emerald Order, Blue Flame, Holy Elohai. What's up, homies? Yeah. Chicas, mature. I can let it fly. You guys want me to let it out? I can let it out. How about for like 60 seconds, I'm going to let it out. I'll finish the video and just let it out. Yeah. No. We got this. Yeah. We got this. Thank you for the hearts, Holy One. I have to pee really bad, but I'm gonna do this. Kochiwa. I didn't get to go to that drum circle because I had too much work to do, but I'll definitely make sure I go to the next one, right? This is kind of like incense, using sound, using intent to clear the space. Okoye masutas. I call that light language. Light language, that's my personal Christos. One of my 1,728, which is actually more for indigo child, so I would say a few thousand. One of my few thousand selves speaking in their timeline language, whatever time that is. Mochiwa. And you know this Mochiwa comes from a higher version of myself. Okochi. Mosutas. Mokuye. If you guys aren't starting to recognize some of these words, Koche, Masasu, Makaye, Masutas, Umakia, Masaya. Feel, connect, energize, vibrate. It becomes a dance, it becomes a rhythm, it becomes a calculation, it becomes a transmission, upgrade, download, a code, Christos codes, ascension codes. It's like rapping and rhyming. Christos, I'm gonna rap to you, Christos, homie. What's up, feline? Remember Enuhazi. Remember this avatar, really blue-skinned Chikoasias. Remember the Azarites, Maharaji, Grail Kings. The Holy Grail line is a DNA Templar, template. Those Sirians come out of Dimension 6, 6D Council. We call priest of Azarline. You know, Jeshua was a priest. Akache, Amasua, Sikinicious. Jeshua. Sananda. Koye, density 4 avatar. Christos avatar, density 4. Sananda. Christ is a cat being too. Christos are cat beings. Jeshua, Sananda, Melchizedek. Moshuta Sukoye Mosuntai Kamatachi. The ancient Egyptians worshipped cat people. The ancient Egyptians, again I'll say, worshipped cat people. The ancient Egyptians created a giant cat structure called the Sphinx. That was not its original face. You can see from the distortion it's chiseled. It was after the fact, work done. Not very pretty either. It didn't have a Anunnaki face, human face, whatever you want to call it. It was all human, feline. The rest of the body obviously is feline. So that's who Christ is. Okay, it's a big sign on the planet. I mean, the ancient Egyptians are actually part of Atlantis, and they saw these ETs. The Leonines were ETs to them. You know, so it wasn't meant to be worshipped, though. It's simply homage of who we are. Connecting to your reference, it's a reference connecting to your multidimensional higher identity. That's actually brilliant and beautiful. Think about it. These lyrans, felines, reaching down to their lower aspects and saying, "Hey, holy ones, we are, you are, lyran, feline. Here's a great big commend, like something that stands as a symbol, commemorates, that's the word." Egypt became corrupt, okay, obviously. Atlantis became corrupt. It's the fallen angels, the Anunnaki coming in, the reptilians coming in, interbreeding, distorting your DNA through technology and interbreeding, rape, whatever. They will get distortions in our DNA somehow. They've had time to do it. So I didn't know I was going to start talking again. I was supposed to just chill. Yeah. That was a little extra. Guessy. I feel good. And once I have my green screen, I'll be able to stand up and start dancing for you. Yeah. No, seriously, I'll have like a bunch of space, like, I don't know, 30 feet that I can walk in even. And I would have this microphone on a long pole or something. So that's another way how I make my show better with your guys' help. That's where the money goes. Simply to make the show better. And like, I still need a green screen. I had to cancel that transaction for some reason. The money stuck. So I will eventually need the green screen. And there's a few things I actually need for the show. So your guys's, anytime you guys help, that's all going towards to help the show, which will reach more people. And it's going to, imagine me making 5-6 videos a day. So that's my goal. I'm just letting you guys know ahead of time. I'm making preparations to be able to do that. I'm learning how to do that. And you will see content just fly. I love you guys. I'll see you on the flip-flop. Please like the video. Please subscribe to this Christos Avatar channel so you can see when I make new videos. You want to see the new videos coming out. What's up? And please subscribe to, or become a member if you want to, either here, excuse me, or become a member on my Patreon, which just means that you can do more over there. But YouTube is fine too. You get to see your name in a different color, and also you have this ability to do different things with emojis. And so thank you guys for those of you who became members, who are members. You guys are awesome, truly. And it's because of you I'm still here making more content. So please help out you guys if you can, and look out for my artwork coming soon. Like, hopefully within a day or two I will have my first artworks available, and that's another way to help out. So peace. Ciao. Namaste. Love yourself, love others, love the earth. Make a difference with your consciousness. You're bringing in that higher law of one, sacred Christos, law of one, innerchristos, universal. It's universal. It's not an earth thing. It's a universal thing. It's a cosmic thing. What's up, homie? Good night. Peace. Inner peace. Yeah, baby. It was good for me. Was it good for you? Hell yeah, Bristol, Kanata, Ishiwa. I'm just happy, guys. Sorry. Not sorry. Ota Hakasa.